Hello everybody, I'm Katie, the Introverted reader, and you're probably sitting there wondering what is happening on your face. Did Harley Quinn throw up on you? What's happening? This is for another video. Another video that I'm going to be doing later in the week. Just fix my shirt, I'm a mess. This is going to be for another video during the week. There is a reason why. There is a reason for all of this. I've never done two different colors on my eyes before, but yeah, this is for another video. I'm getting sidetracked. This video right here is actually a review on The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, this was actually our November pick of the month for the Introverted Reader Book Club. And I had heard so many things about it. Like, everybody on BookTube was raving about it. Everybody was saying how amazing it was. And I was just like, do you know what? Let me just buy it. And let me get it. And, give it a little read. And just see what it's like. So basically, this story is about this really famous actress in Hollywood called Evelyn Hugo. She's fictional, by the way. Think she's kind of like what Elizabeth Taylor was way back in the day. So it's like the golden era of Hollywood, and she is like the most famous woman alive. And basically, she is 79 years old. And she gets in touch with this journalist called Monique, who works for this really, really small magazine. You know, she's not really very well known in like the publishing world and stuff. So she gets in touch with her, and she basically says that she wants her to tell her life story. So Monique thinks to herself, oh, she wants me to interview her? Well, that's amazing. So obviously Monique goes to her and and sits down with her and stuff. And then Evelyn Hugo says, I want you to write my autobiography, and I will tell you everything about my life. Everything. The 7 husbands, the scandals, just everything. Like Evelyn Hugo basically says, I will put everything out there and you will write my autobiography. And whenever I die, you can publish it and make millions. And at first Monique is like, wait, here, hold on, wait a minute, what in the world is happening? Because she's just sort of like, I'm no one, I'm very, very small in the publishing world, and why is she asking me and all this other stuff? So, and it says, and in the story, Evelyn Hugo is very, very reclusive. Like, she doesn't really do very many interviews. She doesn't make very many public appearances. And basically, she opens up to Monique about everything. Her marriages and, her Cuban descent. She talks about how both her parents were immigrants and she grew up really, really poor. And she also talks about all her relationships, not just her 7 husbands, but also any relationship that she's ever had, ever. And she talks about her bisexuality and, her falling in love for the first time. And there's a little touch of domestic abuse in here as well, because Evelyn goes in, let me just say. Evelyn goes in when it comes to like her marriages and the relationships and the problems and everything. She holds nothing back. Like, she's that type of person. She doesn't hold back. So there's a little touch of domestic violence in here. So it's not it doesn't happen for very long. You don't get like really, really explicit details, but she does talk about her, I think it's her first husband. She talks about how her first husband began to beat her up a couple of months within their marriage. And that made me think about Elizabeth Taylor, because if you know anything about Elizabeth Taylor, one of her first husbands was very physically abusive towards her as well. So I'm assuming that's where the author got the inspiration for that. But I don't know what's happening with my hair right now. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, you're not here for that. Anyway, overall, I haven't even told you my overall opinion on this book. I adored this book so much. Like, it's not the type of book that I would usually read. I'm not a contemporary kind of person. But, like, very, very rarely I read a contemporary. But, like, this one, oh my goodness, guys. This was amazing. Like, I literally sat in my bed with tears in my eyes at one stage reading this. Like, just, like, getting towards the end. And just, oh my goodness. Just getting all of the feelings. Because, like... And Evelyn as a character, I loved her and I hated her at the same time. Because she's not really very likable, to be honest. Like, she's very ruthless and she's very ambitious. And she does come across as just very rude. Like, she doesn't care all that much about... what other people think and what other people say, and she says just as much, and I love that about her. But what I didn't like was that it seemed that a lot of times she didn't have a lot of emotion, you know, like she would just bottle everything up and just be all like, I don't care, like this is whatever, you know, like she's very just I'm trying to find the word to describe very nonchalant about a lot of things, and it can be very, very frustrating. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't particularly like her as a character. But I also loved her also in the fact she didn't care what other people thought of her. She was like, yeah, I've been married 7 times, and yes, the love of my life may or may not have been a woman, but what's it to you? I am who I am, like, big deal. And I really, really did admire that about her. And reading her life story was just, oh my goodness. I'm not going to give too much away. I feel like I've given enough away already, but like, I'm not going to give too much away. You know, the whole, like, the details about, like, the 7 marriages and stuff, because I really feel like you need to go into this book not knowing all that much. Like, I feel like just knowing the synopsis alone should be enough to just get you to want to read this, because I gave this full 5 out of 5 stars and I absolutely adored it. Like, it's just definitely a favorite of the year this year, like, because it made me cry. Very, very few books make me cry, and Evelyn Hugo made me cry. So let me know down below if you read this with us whenever we were reading it for our book for the month of November for the book club. That's what I meant to say. So if you read this with us, let me know. If you've already read it, let me know what you thought of it. Overall, it's just I loved it. It was so good. Like, it just touched my heart in so many ways, and it highlighted so many things in Hollywood that are just still relevant today, and it just touched me right in the feelings. Anyway, that's my review on The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I give her 5 out of 5, if I haven't mentioned that already. So the next couple books that we're going to be reading for the book club, our December book of the month is going to be The Lies of Loch Lamora by Scott Lynch. And then our January book of the month is going to be The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. So that's the next 2 months all sorted. I'll maybe wait until the new year to put up another poll again on the Facebook page about like February and stuff. But like, I'm really excited about our next 2 book club picks. I'm kind of in a reading slump at the minute, if I'm gonna be real, because I finished Kingdom of Ash last night and it destroyed me. What are you guys reading right now? Have you read a book lately that has intrigued you? Do you like my eyes? There is a reason as to why. I'm looking like, is that it looks better in the monitor than it did actually in my mirror, actually, now that I'm looking at it closely. But yes, this will be in another video very, very soon. Hope maybe Wednesday. If I don't post it on Wednesday, it'll be Thursday. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna stop talking. Let me know if you've read Evelyn Hugo. Let me know what you're reading right now, and I'll see you in my next video, hopefully. Bye!